What's up, everyone? Gameplayer 2014 here. I'm going to be talking about some shit in GTA, but first I want to get this off my chest. PS4 mods. You guys gotta get a Kickstarter together if none has been started. Get like 50 grand together, and then sue the shit out of Bethesda. I mean, I hate them with a passion. They've false advertised. They never gave you a secondary release date or a release window. They refuse to talk about it, so I would sue the shit out of them. It's in the law. I mean, if you go and check about advertisement laws, you're not allowed to say like, okay, here's a pill that'll make your penis would make your penis, I don't know, a foot long, and then you only having a 3-inch long fucking dick. You take this pill and it shrinks your dick. I mean, that's false advertisement right there, and also it causes you distress. So you could sue them for 2 things: class action or something, whatever. But I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I know a lawyer would most likely agree that it is false advertisement, and then you can sue. And Bethesda has a big fat lawsuit just waiting to happen for them because of your PS4 mods. If you think about it, there's people that bought Fallout 4 for the sole purpose of mods. They play the game, they beat the game, they're fucking done. You know, you get the DLC, they beat the DLC, done, you know. What's now, you know, you got the game for mods. Well, guess what? You don't have your mods. It was supposed to be for June. You didn't have it at all. Your mods have not released yet. It was supposed to be at the end of June, because we got ours at the end of May, the last day of May. The Australians were actually thinking about suing the shit out of Bethesda because it actually came out first day of June for them. Now, you guys were supposed to get your mods at the end of June as well, but at the end of June, 4 days before the end of the June, they said, we have audio compression issues, we have mod compression issues, we only are going to give you 900 megabytes when we're working with Sony to get this fixed. You know, remember that conspiracy theory I said about Microsoft paying Bethesda off to delay your mods? Well, it's actually held up. And remember how I said that it hasn't been proven wrong yet, but remember how I said that they procrastinated? That's to me, that is proof that they procrastinated, because they would have, if they were really working on these mods, they wouldn't have encountered this 4 days before the launch, before the specified launch date. They would have ran into it at first, whenever they were first working on it. That's false advertisement right there. Sue the shit out of them. So, remember, now this is legitimate, somebody trying to DDoS me because of my high level. This was legitimate lag, what was happening. And you could see how it gets better, and how the camera recorded about 20 frames a second. For the most part, it did record okay for 20 frames a second. It recorded alright. But the real big starter, somebody was actually trying to DDoS me, so, because of my high level. Well, anyway, now I want to talk about some of the shit that's overpriced. We'll start with clothing first, and we'll move on to cars and apartments, and then guns and ammo, or whatever. The clothing in this game, I think, is overpowered. Yeah, overpowered. Yeah, I keep saying overpowered. I mean overpriced. The shit that's in the game, for the most part, sort of realistic. You know, clothing in the game, it is overpriced beyond imaginable. These racing suits, they would not have cost $100,000. Now, if I don't really do my research, but I know if you want like a real life racing suit, it's gonna net like a, not like NASCAR certified, but, you know, getting close to NASCAR, getting close to NHRA fucking racing suits that are pretty much explosion proof, because if I have a bomb explosion, for fuck's sake, those would only net you about $25,000 to $50,000. And that's some of the racing suits I did. I just looked on eBay, so I looked at like all of, what, 4 or 5 racing suits that were available. I mean, legitimate racing suits, mind you. The ones that are fireproof and, you know, whatnot. Now these helmets right here, these are all overpriced beyond hell. So, is the majority of the clothing overpriced? I think so. I would say that the majority is overpriced. Vehicles, I think the exact opposite. I think a good chunk of them, well, not a majority, but a good decent amount of them are actually underpriced. Because if you think about it, a Bugatti Veyron, the Truffade Adder that's in the game, in real life it would net you about 3 million. In the game, it's only 1 million. I think the McLaren P1, which is a Progen T20, that would net you about 4 million in real life. So some of this shit is underpriced, I think. And I think most of it is realistic. So is car pricing realistic enough? I would say it's realistic enough. For the purpose of a game, it's realistic enough. Now, ammo. Ammo is overpriced beyond recognition. It is just... This guy fucking cut me off. He's trying to pit maneuver me. I wasn't having any of it. He actually successfully pitted me until I pulled up and... Yeah, I blew his fucking brains out, needless to say. You don't fuck my car up, piece of shit. Anyway. I don't play in third person. I like to play in first. That's why I took 4 shots. Now. I know where I am at. I can get a box of 9mm rounds for like 20 bucks. And it comes with 100 rounds. 22 rounds. You can get a whole box. You can get like a box of 250 for like 20 bucks. I mean, they're kind of expensive. You got so many rounds with them though. Might be a bit off on that. I mean, if you do have a rewards card with the place, you could get it down to that low. But those are, and I think I know, 20 gauge shells. They're like a buck a shot. They're like a buck a shell. So in the game, I think shotgun shells are actually kind of, now that I think of it, I think shotgun shells are actually realistic, because you get like 25 for like 17 bucks. I think it depends on the weapon. But is the pricing in the game unrealistic for ammo? Yes. Why? Take a musket, alright? You have a AA-12, and then you have a Remington 870 MC, or it's a Remington shotgun. If I remember right, it's a Remington. They take two different rounds. I think one's 12 gauge, I think one's 20 gauge, but I'm most likely wrong. But they're 2 different shells. And a musket, alright? It's $3, you get 3 rounds a musket. You get 3 rounds for $1 with a musket. Or is it 3 for 7? It's dirt cheap. You max out your musket rounds, you max everything out for the shotgun class. Unrealistic? Yes. Price-wise, if you're going to buy ammo for that specific weapon, it's realistic, but maxing out all the other weapons, maxing out all the ammo for the weapons, unrealistic. Now look at this dude. This dude cheated because my car exploded first before the impact of my RPG. He blew it up. I had to pay for it. It came up, I killed myself, and I only killed myself without killing him. And on the map, he's still alive. It's actually back over here a ways. So, that guy's a cheat. So if you find him, get rid of him for me. Well, anyway. Now on to the housing. Still housing is realistic. Because if you do your market research, your housing research in the Hollywood area, you're going to get $1 million houses. Marble interiors, granite countertops, the whole 9 yards, marble flooring, bamboo wooded. No, bamboo's cheap, I think. What's a rare wood? I don't know what any rare woods. I know bamboo's sort of rare, but everything is to the top notch, expensive, premium shit. So, steel houses, realistic. Actual housing in the game, where you actually have a ground level house. Not an apartment, but an actual house. Realistic enough. Granted, a good chunk of them are in a shite neighborhood. Get a 6-car garage. Now, size-wise, the garage is sort of unrealistic. Why? Because, if you look at the one house at Papalito Bay, it has a tiny, it's a detached garage, but you can get to it from inside of your house, which makes no sense. And it's only big enough to haul 4 cars. 2 in the back, 2 in the front, not a 6. Which, them coding in a 4-car garage would kind of be like, you know, the hell with it. So they went with a 6. I can get that, I buy it. It's kind of unrealistic, though. Whenever you have a still house with an attached garage, and you have to walk out to get inside of your garage, that makes no sense. I was sad when I sold this car. I probably shouldn't have sold it. I kind of regret selling it. I could buy it back, though. So, as far as a majority of whatever... Oh, yeah, apartments. I completely forgot about apartments. 10-car garage. Apartments. 3 building, I think. It might be 3 building. It might be 4 apartments building. I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. Being multi-million-dollar apartments, if you're paying for the space, maybe. If you're paying, well, maybe not for the entire building. If you're buying an entire floor, I could see it, but with the custom penthouses, I could see them being multi-million-dollar. Area, you gotta pay taxes, you gotta pay a big tax on the area, you know, whatever. All that good shit. So I can see them being realistically high like that. Whether they're dead on realistic, I can't say for sure, but they're realistic enough to serve the purpose of the game. Actual apartments, on the other hand, paying $70,000 for a 6-car apartment, a 6-car garage apartment, you know, and the apartment looking like a shithole on the inside. You know, that's not worth 250 grand. I mean, the actual land might be, but the inside, make it a little bit nicer, you know, I mean, give it a little bit of effort, you know. So, house-wise, depends. I'll put that, I will say that. Realistically, it depends. It depends on what kind of house you're gonna get. A type of apartment or house or whatever you're gonna get. It depends. The lower end shit, you're gonna get ripped off of. But if you get a higher end apartment, you're getting a realistic price. You're not really getting ripped off. If you care about view, the Tinsel Towers has the best view of them all. The Acadia building, the office building, I think the office buildings are a little overpriced. $8 million for what? No, what was it? 3, 4, and 5, 4, and 3, or 6, 5, 4, 3, I think. I don't remember, but the Acadia building has a good view. I like it. I don't know about the other areas. I think if you're buying an entire floor, and if you're buying an office, you might as well buy an entire floor for that much money. I mean, one office and having all this crap, it's a bit overpriced. Is it worth it? Yeah, because you can make your money back pretty quick. Yachts. You buy a yacht, those are as realistic as it gets. Aircraft. They're close enough to realistic. I mean, military vehicles, they're unrealistic because it's going to cost you more than $1.5 million for an M1A1 Abrams tank. If that's what it's supposed to be modeled after. I don't think it is. But it's going to net you like $10 million for a fucking tank. Let alone being decommissioned but able to fire shells. So, in conclusion, do I think the pricing in the game is realistic or unrealistic or fake as fuck? A good chunk of it is unrealistic, but it depends on what you're buying. Like I said, it depends. Now, why is some of this shit overpriced? Well, you gotta look at the shark cards. Why are they there? Are they for a quick buck for somebody who's rich to throw their money away and piss in their Rockstar when they don't deserve money at all? Well, they're good. Shark cards are good for the company, because if you think about it, you don't pay for the DLC, unlike Bethesda. Get the season pass for Bethesda. Get Bethesda's season pass for Fallout 4. And you're gonna rip the entire company off pretty much. To an extent. You don't want to give them that extra $10. Never give. If they offer paid DLC and in-app purchases or in-game purchases, you're better off just buying the season pass for that game and then never buying any of the in-game content when you get a good chunk of it with the season pass. So, for Fallout 4, they're already offering paid DLC. Buy the season pass and don't give them the $10. Rockstar's DLC are all free. Whether it be the High Life update or the Beach Bomb update, every one of them's been free. So why are there shark cards there? Well, their shit has been free, and it's kind of hard it's kind of actually getting a lot easier to make money in a game since, what, 2013, 2014? It's been very easy to make money as of recently, so they're kind of not really useless, but they're there for make a quick buck. Like, say if you're too lazy to make another $2.5 million, you can shell out the $50 or $20, whatever it costs. Shell out the little bit of money for it. Where does that money go? Well, it gets sent to Rockstar, but what does that money really go to? It actually goes to their development team for Grand Theft Auto. Any money that you spend in Grand Theft Auto 5 goes to the employees to enhance their game, make their game better. People buy a fuckload of shark cards. Whether you like it or not, the shark cards aren't going to go away because it's their main source of income for this game. This game is still selling copies, don't get me wrong. But their sales aren't as they once were, I will say. They're not as high as they were whenever it first released. The game was record-breaking, they made their money back quickly, but making these DLCs for GTA Online, I understand, you people that don't care about online, you only care about your story mode, I get that, you're kind of pissed off about that, but you're supposed to be getting a story mode expansion, a huge expansion. There's supposed to be an enormous expansion to GTA, completely, all of it, within the next couple of months. So, don't get your hopes up, but expect something to happen to story mode. So, yeah, that's been basically a fucking, not a rant, but a, sort of like a, not like a podcast, but sort of like a fucking, I guess I'll call it a podcast, I don't know what the fuck, so that's about it. See you.